singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
You don't have to put on that red light.
Money.
Play exam. Play as time goes by.
Oh, I can't remember it myself. I'm a little rusty on it.
Eligen a una persona cualquiera. La raptan, la torturan, la matan y lo graban con una cámara de vídeo.
But they'll never take our freedom!
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News. At 20 minutes before 8 Central Time, Professor Farrell of the Mount Jennings Observatory, Chicago, Illinois, reports observing several explosions of incandescent gas occurring at regular intervals on the planet Mars. Ladies and gentlemen, the director of the Mercury Theater and star of these broadcasts, Orson Welles.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century, this world was being watched closely by intelligences greater than man's, and yet as mortal as his own.
Into ditches by the roadside and looking at the radio to see if somebody was going to come out of it after them.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world? What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
You are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
When the Matrix film came out, I thought, wow, this is Barclay for a popular mass audience.
You have an overinflated conception of reality. Here's what reality is. Appearance is reality. To exist is to be perceived. So reality only exists in your subjective experience.
I thought it wasn't real. Your mind makes it real.
You sit at a table and you touch the table and you see the table. You have these phenomena, you have these conscious experiences of color, of shape, of tactile pressure. But these phenomena are not the ultimate causes. Kant was convinced that there was something beyond that, which is reasonable because we don't control our phenomena. If I look up at the sky, I can't change it from blue to pink. There's something out there which is generating these sense perceptions, these phenomena, and giving them to it.
Really interesting is that for Baudrillard, the map is what's important. The map has primacy for us. The map is a simulacrum that, as a model, loses all reference to reality. In Baudrillard's fable, reality exists only as rotting shreds that are attached to the map. And this is the state of our age, according to Baudrillard, that the model itself has primacy for us. The real has become irrelevant, if undefinable, and clings only as vestiges. And he's coined the phrase, the desert of the real, to describe the state of our age.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
According to continental philosophers, we're now in the postmodern condition, a condition in which reality has all but disappeared. And in fact, one of the interesting things about Baudrillard is that if you take him seriously, he appears to hold that reality has disappeared.
Postmodernists are fond of thinking of their work as something sort of radically different from what's gone on before, but I think it's a sort of straightforward extrapolation of the sort of stuff we get in Kant, and the idea that the world is in some way or other a construction of what's going on in my mind.
Fate doesn't exist. You know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.